Monday, the trial began with a dramatic turn when Young Thug's attorney, Brian Steele, was held in contempt of court. This decision by Chief Judge Glanville stirred up quite a controversy, with Steele facing the possibility of jail time. People in the legal community were outraged. To navigate this legal turmoil, Ashley Merchant from the Georgia Association of Criminal Defense Lawyers, GACTL, stepped in to defend Steele and quickly filed an appeal.
Ashley Merchant.
A group of attorneys also showed up to the courthouse in support of Steele. 25 of them were not allowed in the courtroom.
I was told based upon information and belief that when we arrived at 8:30,
look at this,
9 o'clock today, we did not come into your courtroom until almost 11:30. And what I found out just recently, this is not waived, is that supposedly in chambers, assignable court reporter at times, honorable court at times, district attorney or district attorneys from the DA's office, as well as investigators, sheriff deputies, Mr. Copeland and his counsel met together. None of the defense team, to my knowledge, was aware that this was going on. It was told, based upon information belief, that it was told to the district attorneys that Mr. Copeland intended to plead the Fifth Amendment. Then I was told, based upon information belief, that Adrian Love.
Y'all have to understand that what he's saying
and this court
happened is completely illegal for the judge and the DAs and whoever else participated in it to do.
Spoke with some attorneys for the accused and wrote an email to Miss Love, to Adrian Love.
That is completely corrupt, unethical, and most of all, it is against the law.
And that Mr. Melnick wrote an email.
This judge is not only a circus clown, but he's also a criminal.
To me, that never.
Mr. Joe, can I interrupt you just a second? I'm kind of disturbed because that's ex parte.
We're disturbed too.
Parte conversation. How did you find out about any of that?
Well, I'm disturbed too, and the reason
I'm asking you a question.
Look at this. The judge, instead of acknowledging it, the judge is asking him how he found out that they had participated, the defense and the judge, in this illegal activity.
Our highest court says when a court meets, because Mr. Copeland comes in, meets with the court supposedly made statements, which I assume is somewhat accurate based upon what you just said. We're entitled, Mr. Williams and every other person wrongly charged here is entitled under the Georgia Constitution to be present. That's
exactly.
It's just like when you meet with me, and you, Mr. Adams, meet with me, and others have met with me.
No, it's not.
For a lot of different other reasons, but I will certainly note that for purposes of the record.
You'll note it for the purpose of the record.
Mr. Copeland said,
and you haven't answered my question yet.
Look at him. He's going full mob boss. He wants to know who told him that.
That what I say is accurate, and I'm not trying to...
No. I'm asking you, how did you get this information?
I'm not telling the court. What I'm saying based on information...
You got this information, and you and I are going to have some problems.
We can have this... I have problems right now.
Okay, I know. Look, I don't want to know...
Then the judge threatens him, or you and I are going to have some problems.
How did you come upon this information? Look, if the case gets reviewed, the record's going to be available.
Oh, it's going to be reviewed, sir. That is a joke.
But it's disturbing that how somehow you have surreptitiously gotten information in regards to the court's private ex parte conversation with a party.
So he's admitting that it happened.
The witness who was sworn in Friday, the court's telling, this is what I was told. If this is not true, not true. This court is here.
He does not want
Tell me how you got the information.
them to hear this.
Tell me how you got the information, then we can go ahead and go forward.
Tell me how you got this information that I acted illegally as a judge.
Right. The judge says, tell me the name, who told you. We can talk about anything you want afterwards, but tell me the name. Brian Steele says, I'm not going to tell you the name. Right? So this is the major conflict going on right now. Let's go.
Say is this. I was told, and I hope this concerns the court. It
does concern the court and the rest of us.
Why is it information that you should not be having that was ex parte?
Why?
With a party.
Why?
State of Georgia.
How about the witness? How about Mr. Copeland, who supposedly announced he's not testifying and he'll sit for 2 years, and then supposedly that's dishonorable court. Okay, or excuse me, let me rephrase that. This court supposedly
No, you were right. This dishonorable
until
court.
the end of this trial. Ms. Hilton supposedly said actually all of the defendants, and then all 26 people are disposed of. Is that true? What this is?
Oh my God! So he has actual word for word. He has actual word for word testimony of what was said in these secret meetings. Wow. Let's go.
He announced he's not testifying, and he'll sit for 2 years, and then supposedly that's dishonorable court. Okay, or excuse me, let me rephrase that. This court supposedly said I can hold you until the end of this trial. Ms. Hilton supposedly said actually all of the defendants, and then all 26 people are disposed of. Is that true? What this is coercion, witness intimidation.
Absolutely.
Communications that we have a constitutional right to be present for. So I understand that you're upset towards me, but I know what I do.
Mr. Steele, I still want to know, how did you come upon this information? Who told you?
What I told you. Why wasn't I there?
Why, sir? I'm going to hold you in contempt if you don't tell me who.
Oh, wow.
Who this information was coming from.
Talk about abuse of power.
That's attorney-client privilege information. I am not
attorney-client privilege. Unless you were in my chambers, that's the only way you can figure out. I tell you what, I'm going to give you 5 minutes.
Ooh.
If you don't tell me who it is, I'm going to put you. I'm going to put you in contempt.
Wow.
That is not attorney-client privilege.
attorney work product privilege. I am not.
How did you get that information supposedly from my chambers?
Supposedly, huh?
No, you should have told me.
Ooh. You got 5 minutes.
Well,
Oh.
this is what I was told. Mr. Copeland says, Mr. Copeland.
Oh.
That he admitted to
Look at this.
Thomas and was
They're trying to take his trial notes.
Do you have an attorney that's here for you, sir?
Sure. Ashley Merchant is here. She's
Ashley Merchant.
Stand on business, Ashley. Stand on business.
Who is Ashley Merchant? Now we all know who Ashley Merchant is. She is who does she represent in the Fannie Willis thing?
She represented Michael Roman, the one that set in motion all of this.
Yes, but what you guys don't know is that Ashley Merchant is the president of GACTL, and she is representing Brian Steele. Brian Steele he's pretty much for right now the #1 criminal defense attorney in the state of Georgia, and he is being represented by Ashley Merchant. Oh man, this is going down. Let's go. This is getting good.
Ashley Merchant. Yeah, Ashley Merchant.
Oh, it's going down in the
The judge is like, Ashley Merchant?
I have told your client, and you represent Mr. Steele, is that correct? For the purposes of the contempt, I've entered the order. I've entered the contempt already.
Wow.
I'm entering the order. I'm about to enter the order. I held him in contempt earlier from today's proceeding by him not telling me who it is he got this information from. I'm not asking him for any of the sum and substance of the communication. He's been disclosing that.
What he's saying is not even making sense.
That's why I kind of want to know.
You are not privileged to that information, sir.
If he tells me who it is that disclosed that to him, he will be able to purge himself of that contempt, and he's done.
If he will tell me who told him, I will allow him to purge himself, and there won't be any discipline for it. Just as long as I know who is telling about my illegal activity, says Mr. Glanville, Judge Glanville.
For this evening, and if he wishes, which he can still purge if tonight Keith Adams emails me or you email me and tell me, well, it was X.
He wants it so bad. He wants to know so bad. He says he can still purge himself tonight if one of y'all will email me and tell me who it was.
It is troubling to the court, and it's very.
And again, guys, for the new people coming in, what are we talking about?
It is troubling to our justice system, period.
With the prosecutors. This is called ex parte communication. This is not allowed. And somehow these meetings got back to Brian Steele, who represents Young Thug. Brian Steele is pretty much the #1 criminal defense attorney in the state of Georgia. And he chastised the court and asked for a mistrial based on these secret communications. The judge said, forget all this secret communication stuff. Who told you? I want the name. And Brian Steele says, well, who cares who told me? You guys are having secret meetings. I was not available I was not allowed. I was not invited. None of the defense counsel was invited. All of these defense attorneys were locked out of these secret meetings. And he wants to know, Brian Steele wants to know what the hell was going on in there and why are you having these secret meetings? The judge is like, I don't care about the secret meetings. Who told you? The judge put him in jail. The prosecutor was like, Judge, you got to let him out of jail because, well, I say jail. I'm talking about the holding tank in the courtroom. The judge, the prosecutor said, if you don't let Brian Steele out to finish this trial, it's going to be a mess. So the judge let him out to finish the day. And the judge said, at the end of the day, if you haven't told me, you're going back into the holding cell and then you're going to jail. It is the end of the day now. It's about 6:08 in Atlanta. And the judge is saying, listen, secret meetings are not, you got to tell me who told you. Apparently the hallway in the courtroom is attached to a hallway, and outside the hallway there are tons of attorneys protesting what the judge is doing, including GAFTO, which is the #1 criminal defense attorney association in the state. Ashley Merchant is the president of GAFTO, and she has been retained by Brian Steele to represent
which
her.
is lovely.
So she's in the courtroom now, and the judge says, hey, listen, tell me the name. If you don't tell me the name, you're going to jail until you tell me the name. I'm going to let you out as soon as you tell me who told you about my secret meetings. Let's go.
I didn't ask or inquire about anything that was said. I just want to know who it was. Because he's got too much detail.
He is acting like he is an 8th grade student wanting to know who said something about him. But there's so much more to it. It's so much more in depth because we're talking about criminal activity by a judge.
Show cause.
Wow.
Entitled to the allegations actually written. Entitled to a witness list. We're entitled to a witness list.
Get him, Ashley.
Criminal contempt is different. It is on the spot. So he's gotten the due process he's going to get. That's on the spot. I told him. Plus, he's had all day to tell me who it is that.
That judge didn't listen to anything else that was said in that courtroom all day long. The only thing he's thinking about all day long is who the person was, trying to figure it out.
He knows specifics. How does he know who told you what about my secret meetings with the prosecutors against your client?
So these are Fannie prosecutors too. Like that woman, Miss Love, is right there at the other side. She works for Fannie Willis. So the fact that this is coming full circle.
Yeah, this is a big circle now.
Yes, all these people,
Exactly.
The 2 black women and on the left, I guess on the bottom of the screen, and the white man, these are the prosecutors prosecuting Young Thug. They have all been hand selected by Fannie Willis. And now, as AB said, you have Ashley Merchant, who is kicking Fannie Willis's butt up and down the street in the courtroom. So we have a Fannie Willis family reunion in Judge Glanville's courtroom. So let's go.
Ms. Merchant, I'm going to disagree with you, but
Well,
okay.
Judge, just for the record, it's that's direct. So what you're holding him in is in direct criminal contempt.
Yes.
The issue with the direct criminal contempt is whether or not to actually hold a hearing now, whether or not it needs to be held immediately. And the problem is, if you hold him in direct criminal contempt, as you're saying that you did, you are a witness to that proceeding. And so it has to be referred to another judge. Doesn't require recusal. You actually have to sua sponte send it to another judge because you're a witness to the proceeding.
Show me the case law.
Go, Ashley.
Yes, show it to him, Ashley. Show it to him. So get your ass off the damn bench, Judge Glanville. Your time is up.
And this is messed up, guys, because
your time is up showing out for the TV every day.
This case has really been a shit show, and we'll talk about all that. Judge Glanville, she's our chief judge.
Wanting to be another, he wants to be another one of those attorneys like what happened in the Anna Nicole Smith case. But I hope he realized that attorney, the judge, I hope he realizes that judge was unseated for his behavior. He got fame, but that fame didn't last long, and he didn't have a job anymore.
There's civil contempt and there's criminal contempt. Civil contempt is the failure to obey a court order that was issued for another party's benefit. A civil contempt proceeding is coercive and remedial in nature. Criminal contempt, on the other hand, is an act that obstructs justice or attacks the integrity of a court. A criminal contempt proceeding is punitive in nature. On Tuesday, the witness known as Woody began his shenanigans. Woody was present at the controversial ex parte meeting. He fired his attorney who attended the meeting.